Off the field, on the field.
The Game.
A Cromwell Media Station.
Let me talk to you. Talking what's important to Nashville.
Sweet mother of God, what is the holdup?
This is the Chase and Big Joe Show.
Well, Lottie frickin' God.
With Chase McCabe and Big Joe Dubin.
Good, great, grand, wonderful.
We're here on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
And a good Thursday, everybody. Welcome in Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Hope you're having an awesome start to your day. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos. Big Joe, what's up?
We got football tonight that means something in the
can't.
National Football League.
I cannot wait. Yeah, and we'll talk a lot about that today. As we'll have college flavor and NFL flavor. Walt Wells, your buddy, head coach at Eastern Kentucky, going to join us at 9:30 as they take on Kentucky.
Well, he's also got a player that made the Titans roster.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
And it's a great success story. Matt Jackson from Hillsboro, played at Eastern Kentucky, made the roster. And just the process of that young man becoming an undrafted free agent, making the team, and what it means to him and the coach and the staff and everybody else. So that'll be fun to talk to him about that.
And Keith Bullock, Titans legend, going to be in studio with us at 10:20. So
deserves to be. He's the next guy that needs to be in the Ring of Honor. I will argue.
Well, he's one of them. He's one of them.
I think he's the next. I think he should be the next guy.
I think there are three guys that should be in it.
Okay. Here's the other two.
I think that it should be Keith, Blaine Bishop, and Derek Mason.
Okay.
I stand by that. Now, you're going to have some there's that group of Titans fans that are still mad at Derek for going to Baltimore and, whatever.
It wasn't his fault. He got
cut. So,
right.
It's like whatever. But I think that and I feel like Amy Adams Strunk has started this, that they need to do a better job of recognizing the past. I mean, and I'm hoping with the new stadium that the Ring of Honor is an actual ring and not just, painted on some walls that you can barely see. But I mean, it's better than the cardboard things they used to have at the very top of the stadium. But I want to see that. Like, there's more Titans that need to be, because the actual Titans that are in it, that you look at them, a majority of their career they were Titans. Steve, Eddie, and Frank, I believe.
Yeah,
Frank Wycheck.
Yep.
And then Bruce is in it, but I connect him more to the Oilers than I do the Titans.
Titans-wise, but so is Blaine. Blaine only spent 3 years.
Well, that's true. That's fair. But, I mean, I still think his contributions to the franchise, he deserves to be in it. I'm surprised he's not.
But I'm going to take Bullock. He's my number one.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I mean, and you can even make an argument for Curse. I mean, the impact that Curse had in a short amount of time, you could certainly make an impact. But, no, there's no argument on my end that 53
Sounds like you're arguing with me. Which is
not at all.
That was part of the deal. I signed no argument.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Anyway, he's going to be here 10:15ish, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be good. So, as you said, it is opening night in the National Football League. We'll see if Travis Kelce can play for the Chiefs. I would lean towards doubt that he will, but you never know, as the Lions will head to Arrowhead and take on the Chiefs in the opener. We'll give our predictions on that game later on, but I'm excited about it. I think it'll be a good game, and Detroit, I think, is everybody's darling this year.
I hope, like we told John McClain yesterday, having Cleveland and Detroit in the Super Bowl would be fantastic. Not going to happen because it's not going to be made up that way, but it'd be so great, man, if that would be the Super Bowl come. It's in Vegas this year, I think it is.
Yeah, this is Vegas.
Yeah, so that'd be really good to have two teams who've never been there.
Did you ever think in your lifetime that you would see a Super Bowl in Las Vegas?
No, because
or a pro sports team at all?
No, because I remember UNLV when they won the national title back in 1990. A lot of gamblers were upset because at the time you could not bet on UNLV. I guess that's changed, right? Can you bet on the Raiders now?
Yeah.
If you're out in Vegas?
Yep.
Okay. Well, back then you could not bet on a team from Vegas. So when they went to the Final Four in 90 and 91, they didn't win it in 91. They got beat. But in 90, when UNLV won, nobody could bet on them out in Vegas. So that was like, oh, we got to figure this out. So I never thought I'd see the day. But the A's going to move there. I mean, Raiders are there. And
there's legislation going through to build a baseball stadium and then another arena that would be the NBA arena, because I guess they need 8 arenas out there.
What's the most irrelevant NBA team out there?
Irrelevant NBA team.
One that you just never hear about.
I mean, I want to say Sacramento.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
I mean, I've always kind of felt like the Kings would move to Vegas. That's unless they decide to expand, which I could see expansion for the NBA.
Yeah, not 2 more teams. Where would you? Vegas? Where's the other team?
Vegas is a lock.
Louisville?
Seattle. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're going back to Seattle. The problem is then you're out west. You get your 2. You've added 2 more to the Western Conference.
But look what we got down here. We got the Pelicans, nobody talks about. Hawks, nobody talks about. The Magic, nobody talks about. The Bobcats, nobody talks about.
They're the Hornets.
You see,
that's why nobody
they
talks about.
They changed their name, Joe.
That's why
did
that's
they?
why nobody talks about the Bobcats. 'Cause
what
they're
was the
Hornets.
When did this happen?
Like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
did
about 6-7 years ago, maybe.
Did you see the thing
Maybe
where
10?
Michael Jordan bought the team for like $400 million and sold it for like $1 billion? I mean,
Yeah.
it just great.
That
job.
worked out well
Wait,
for
they're
him.
not the Bobcats anymore?
They're the Hornets.
Where have I been? But they went back to the Hornets name after
They did.
after the team moved to.
The
New
Hornets
Orleans.
moved to New Orleans. They were the New Orleans Hornets, and then they dropped the Hornets name, became the Pelicans.
Okay.
So it was available. So the Bobcats and Jordan were like, "Hey, we want the Hornets name back." And so
Those Hornets teams of the late 80s and 90s were, with Larry Johnson,
Del
Alonzo
Curry.
Mourning, and Del Curry.
yeah,
I remember I'll never forget the uniform reveal for the Hornets. Alexander Julian, the famous designer, I wore all these knockoffs in college, did the uniforms. They were beautiful. They were awesome, man. So
Yeah,
that
they
was
were cool.
That was a fun team to watch back in the late 80s, early 90s.
the problem with the NBA is just it's the same group.
Yeah.
Whoever can afford a super team, that's what
True.
you're going to see. So, but back to Vegas. I mean, they're going to have everything before. I mean, they'll even probably have an MLS team before it's all said and done.
But I never thought I'd see a team in Vegas just because of the gambling. Everything that goes on.
And the thing about it is, when you really think about it, they then have just about every sport possible. With the Big Four, you would add soccer. They have a racetrack for NASCAR and IndyCar, and then they have an F1 race that's going to be on the Strip. So I mean,
why would you not go there?
yeah, I mean, but it makes so much sense
Yeah.
because of the revenue and everything. But
Sure.
Titans open against New Orleans. People asked me last night, so how do you think the Titans are going to be this year? What record would you give them? And I said, listen tomorrow at 9:00.
Wait, you told me you were in bed by 7. Where were you?
I'm sorry.
That's just
I snuck out.
Dr. Craney's already starting to
Snuck out. I met up with some buddies from high school
after curfew.
that remember you on TV.
Oh, good.
So,
Good. I'm
they're
glad
like-
somebody does.
They're like, congrats on the new show.
Like that guy. How do you put up with that guy? What time are we doing our predictions? Because my thing is, I'm not a prediction guy. I'm more of a week to week guy. So these
Yeah, but I mean,
predictions
I
are-
feel like, and you have a good idea. We're going to basically do them right now. But
Okay.
I feel like you have a good idea that we go through and give our predictions, but then we have to pick a team that's not the Titans to follow this year.
just no matter what, follow this team.
I like that. I think that's cool. And I will say I can't pick the Cowboys because
Okay.
I'm going to follow them anyway.
All right.
So
I would go the Falcons if they'd go back to the red helmets.
they're using those as a throwback.
Yeah, but I want it all the time. And so those uniforms of the Atlanta Falcons are the worst in the National Football League in decades. Awful. It's an awful look. Go back to the red helmets, I'll follow your team. And then I'll call Belichick and say, look, we need to go back to Pat Patriot, get rid of what Parcells brought in there, because that is the
Flying Elvis.
the best look. Yep.
Oh, I love Pat. And I love that, like, you're going to have the Titans wear the Oilers twice. I think Patriots are wearing Pat the Patriot twice.
Right.
The Eagles have gone back. Are going
Love
to
it.
the Kelly Green.
Love it.
Falcons will wear the red helmets. What am I missing? Dolphins are already wearing their throwbacks, which they need to go back to that full time.
Yeah.
I hate the new look.
Yeah, that Dolphin, the new one, looks.
I don't like it.
Yeah, he doesn't look menacing. Which Dolphins aren't menacing, but that one really.
Seahawks doing their old look from the
Love
80s
it, man.
and 90s.
Do all that. Only thing missing is the Bengals going back to the helmets where it says BENGALS.
I feel like you are in the minority of liking that.
of the Bengals helmet.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
man.
feel I just
so
there's
basic and awesome.
I know, but the Tiger helmet is just it's different and I love the white version they did last year. I mean, I'm not saying that the one with Bengals on the side is bad. I just
we can disagree. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I
think
just-
you're wrong, but we can disagree.
it looks too much like the Browns because Paul Brown.
That's right. Look at you. I'm proud of you with your knowledge, man. Most people are like, I don't know. You know all
I mean,
this stuff.
the
Good
original
job.
uniform set for the Bengals basically were the Browns.
Yep. And you just throw the Bengals helmet on the side of the helmet.
What do you do?
and
Steal it?
It
all?
was fine.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, here we go.
And that's what it was. You know, there's that rumor for years. I don't know if it's true or not. Somebody could text in and tell us, like the Steelers only have the decal on one side of the helmet
Which I love that.
because they couldn't
I think that's
afford in the early days decals on both sides. That was the rumor. That might be an urban legend. Somebody can let you know on the text line. I don't know. But that's still kind of cool. It still goes on today. You know, for 1 year, the Steelers and the Eagles combined a team during World War II
Yeah, I do remember that.
called the Steagles.
The Steelers.
That's
I don't
true.
remember that. I wasn't around, but I remember
It's
reading
a
about
it's a
that.
true thing. So that was, but
Useless knowledge.
the
here on
history of the
Jason Big
National
Joe.
Football League is fantastic, and so
Yep.
I just wish the Falcons would go back to the red helmet and the Patriots. You know what Pat Patriot does? You pull up a picture of Pat Patriot. He does two things, right? He's going to defend your freedom,
Yes.
and he's going to block your butt 50 yards down the field. That's what he's going to do. He's a twofer, man. Just let that know.
That's a true player right there. Coming up next, we will give our NFL predictions. Walt Wells at the bottom of the hour. It's Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
102.5 and 106.3 The Game is live and local.
Now, let's meet the starting lineups.
Robbie and Rex Road 6 to 9.
Big time performance, best part of the team.
Chase McCabe 9 to 11.
An unrestricted free agent.
Caroline, Willie, and D Mace 11 to 2.
Got the big contract.
The Velvet Touch. Talking about Hall of Famers.
And Stillman and Company 2 to 6.
Kept going for it.
And don't forget, we're your home for all things Smashville.
He scored!
Nashville's best sports talk, 102.5 and 106.3 The Game.
The world is a vampire.
The World is a Vampire Tour. One massive show. The Smashing Pumpkins. This Friday, First Bank Amphitheater in Franklin, Tennessee. Special guests, Interpol. And Rival Sons. The Smashing Pumpkins. On sale now at livenation.com. Part of the Farm Bureau Insurance Concert Series.
Hey, it's Jared for PhD Weight Loss. I've been on the program now all summer, and I am approaching the 30-pound mark for weight loss. That's right. We're getting so close. It's been wonderful, and I'm excited each and every morning to get started with my personalized PhD nutrition program that my coach put together for me. I appreciate the fact that PhD Weight Loss hasn't overwhelmed my life, but it's enhanced it. From feeling better about myself in pictures to having increased energy, PhD is great for me, and the program is simple. In fact, we've recently tweaked it so that we can bust through that plateau. If you're someone who has struggled to lose weight, go to myphdweightloss.com and check it out for yourself. They've got the coaching, the program, and their guarantee. If you don't get within 5 pounds of your target weight by the end of your program, PhD will continue to coach you for free until you do. That's PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition, the official partner of the Clemson Tigers organization and fans, online at myphdweightloss.com.
Country music singer-songwriter Kylie Morgan loves her ring from Genesis Diamonds.
I wanted something simple and with the stone that I loved, and that's exactly what he got. And then we dressed it up a little bit with the wedding bands, got a little firework action looking around it, and he definitely killed it when it came to choosing the ring.
Kylie's then-fiancé Jay did a lot of research, but chose Genesis because of the reputation, the quality, the personal service, and of course, the value.
Any man can walk through that door and know that, he's not going to be upsold or pressured to buy anything.
Kylie ended up writing a collection of songs about her bridal experience, including the viral sensation Bridesmaids.
I had at least 1,000 DMs asking from future brides where I got my ring, who I worked with because of the viral song. I think everyone kind of just looked at me as the person to ask.
And Kylie's advice to all those girls?
Go to Genesis. It's been a great experience, and they'll take care of you.
Genesis Diamonds, Green Hills, and Cool Springs.
Want my tip for how to lower stress during fall prep? Head to Kohl's. I just went and found epic deals you don't want to miss that made getting ready for sweater weather so much better. I found super soft bath towels and pillows for just $3.99, cute long sleeve tees for myself at $7.99, and shoes for my whole family at just under $35. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash. So if you want to get what you need for low temperatures, low stress, and low prices, get to Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end September 10th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Every day we are live and local.
It will help them get better players. I'm really excited about this defensive front.
And your source for Nashville sports.
They had missed the playoffs.
Those players may end up being practice squad guys.
We are Nashville's best sports talk. 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app. Sports Talk, the next generation. You're listening to The Chase and Big Joe Show. Make it so. On 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5, 106.3 The Game, NFL predictions. Is this the Amazon? I actually like this. This is good. Gets me fired up. NFL tonight as the Chiefs take on the Lions. And I believe that's on NBC. So the NFL season kicking off. So now we'll go through each division. We'll give who the team we think wins each division, then conference champions, Super Bowl champions, and then we'll give a record for the Titans. And Dr. Crane will participate in this. So we will start. Let's start in the NFC with the NFC East. Go ahead, JoJo.
Oh, Eagles, no doubt.
You're going the Eagles?
Yeah,
all
they
right.
come back loaded.
Nick, what do you got?
I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers.
They're not in the NFC East.
Well, I mean, if I thought we were just going NFC in general, I thought we just picked
NFC East.
Okay.
Go division by division.
You didn't pick the Bobcats. That's all good.
So you got Commanders, Giants, Cowboys, or Eagles?
We'll just go Commanders. Why not? The upside there.
Okay. All right. I am, of course, going to go with the pick I always have in the Dallas Cowboys. So give me them. So we're all being different there. The NFC North, Joseph.
My heart says the Lions, but they won't. The Vikings.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nick?
What's that reaction for?
I'm a little surprised by that.
Jimmy the Greek over here?
Vikings? That's what I was going to go with.
You can. It's okay.
That's fine.
That's all we.
I am going to go with the Lions. I'm going to ride the one that everybody thinks is going to happen, and I'm going to stick with Detroit. The NFC South, which might be the worst division in football, are competing with the AFC South for that.
I'm going to go the Bucs because I like their defense. That's the only reason. The rest of them, meh.
I'm going to go the Panthers. I've heard a lot about Jonathan Mingo, and there's a lot of upside there with Bryce Young. So let's see the 1-2 tandem.
What do you mean, Tombstone?
I am going to go with Arthur Smith and the Atlanta Falcons.
Why?
Because
that team, and I like Arthur Smith because he's the only Titans coach that ever knew my name when he worked here and I was covering the team. So I like him, and his wife is fantastic. She's a sweet lady. Let me tell you what, that team is awful. But that's okay, though.
I mean, I think the whole division's awful, and somebody's got to win it.
True.
Can Desmond Ridder do it? That's going to be the big question, if he can lead them. But
okay,
look, somebody's got to win that division.
That's right.
So
well, we
why not?
all had different picks.
We all went different, and that's fine.
I love Chase's reasoning for this. It's somebody's got to win.
Yeah, somebody's got to win. That's what it is. The NFC West. Now you can pick the 49ers, Nick.
Thank you. Yes, 49ers.
I don't know, man. I tell you who's not going to win it, the Cardinals. I'm going to go Seahawks.
Dang. Okay. I thought we were going to be different. But I'm also going Seahawks.
That's fine.
I for some reason, I believe in Geno. And maybe that's wrong.
Why? I mean, he was a comeback player of the year.
Which I had a problem with. But
well, who should have been it? Romo?
No. Yeah, well, he doesn't play anymore.
But you're such a Cowboys homer. I didn't know.
No, I felt like, what did he come back from? He was just a backup quarterback.
That's a good point.
Like
mediocrity. Does that count?
Comeback player of the year. What? I mean, we got into a heated debate.
Okay,
on this
I
show.
like that. All right.
Like, what exactly did he come back from? Just sucking? Like,
yeah. Okay, I see that.
You know, I mean, so.
I love the story with him, though. I mean, it's a guy who's kicked around, bounced around.
Sure. I mean, it's a great story.
Like Tim Hasselbeck told us one time on the show, he's like, until all 32 teams tell you to kick rocks and hit the road, try to get as many trots as you can. And Geno Smith did that.
Yeah, he did. So credit to him. All right, so there we go for the NFC. We'll get to the champions in a second. AFC East. That's an interesting division.
Miami.
You're going Miami?
Miami,
okay.
yeah.
All right. I like that. Nick?
You know what? Let's go with the Jets. Let's hop the
Jets,
bandwagon.
Jets.
Might as well.
I root against them because ESPN has just gone wall to wall insane over them.
Man, this is hard.
She said. Come on, man. What do you got? Give it to me.
I hate you.
Come on, who you got?
I'm going Jets.
Okay.
But I don't
That's
love
a good
it,
pick.
But I'm going Jets.
That Monday night game, Bills and Jets, that's going to set the tone for either one of those teams the rest of the year.
Yeah. All right, AFC North, another division that I think is tough to predict.
I'm going to go with Ravens are loaded again, but I got to go with the Ravens.
You're going Ravens? All right. Nick?
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to I think three teams can make the
Where's
playoffs.
one, man? Just give us one. We're not going to hold you to this.
I'm going Bengals.
All right, good.
I'm going Bengals. We'll skip the South for a second. AFC West.
You got to go Chiefs. I mean, just until they're knocked off the top, you got to go with them.
All right, Nick.
Broncos country.
Oh,
shall we ride?
Oh,
you quit drinking back there, Dr.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think they gotta. I mean, everybody loves Justin Herbert and wants to anoint Justin Herbert. Time to do something.
Okay, they'll be here week 2,
and I kind of feel like the Chiefs could slide down a little bit. Maybe a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover.
I see that. The grind, what it's always the line is, it's tough to be when you're sleeping on silk sheets.
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
Yeah, I forget the line. But, I mean, that grind, hopefully it's still there, but you've been to 3 Super Bowls. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
All over the wall. No, but you look at that, sometimes you're like, you lose that fire a little bit. So it'll be tough for them. That's their battle this year, not the division or teams. It's the battle within.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like they're a team that, they'll it'll kind of go in waves.
Right. Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness.
Oh, sorry. Just kind of hit me there.
Stop eating.
What division are we on now?
Jalapenos.
AFC South.
AFC South.
All right.
Dr. Crane, AFC South, go.
I mean, would it be terrible to pick the Titans as like a homer pick? No,
not at all.
Okay, well, I'll stick with the Titans here.
I'm going Titans as well. I mean, the AFC South will continue to be the worst division in all of sports, so they're going to win.
I'm going Titans too. I just don't believe in the Jags. The Jags have never won the division back to back, and they got to prove it otherwise. So I think Titans. Everyone's kind of sleeping on them, and I mean there are experts around the country that think they're just going to be dog water.
Yeah,
like going to be terrible. But I will have them winning the division. We'll give the record in a second. All right, who is your AFC champion, Joe?
I got to go Ravens.
Ooh, okay.
Just that defense, and I don't know. I just think that's a very good football team.
Nick?
I'm saying it. The Jets.
Okay, so you're buying.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
I'm buying it. I'm with Joe on a lot of the mainstream media is really picking them up and just going to town with all their storylines. But I do think having that 1-2 tandem with Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook in the backfield, and having a young guy like Wilson a wideout, and I mean even Rodgers even said that that is potentially one of the up and coming wide receivers that could be a Devontae-esque Adams.
Yeah, I like
receiver.
it.
So that's
also,
where I'm going.
It gets who I think in the Super Bowl era is the most important NFL player of all time is Joe Namath. You can argue me all day long, but in the Super Bowl era, he's the most important player that's ever been on the field.
Why?
Because when he chose the AFL back in the time when he came out of Alabama, that upset a lot of things. And his upset of the mighty Colts in the Super Bowl III, just turned the tide of a lot of things, no pun intended, turned the tide of a lot of things. And what he did off the field, he allowed a lot of these players to be themselves.
Yeah.
And I think off the field, I think he was the most important player in the Super Bowl era. Now, I love Jim Brown. What Jim Brown did was fantastic, but that was pre-Super Bowl era.
He was Joe Cool, right?
He was.
So I'm going with the new Joe Cool. Bengals win the AFC. I think this might be the year.
Okay.
So Bengals win the AFC. NFC champions.
Go Dr. Crane.
I'm doing it again. We're going to go to the well. They haven't done it yet, but let's do the Niners.
Okay.
They've been there. They just can't seem to get over the hump.
I go Eagles, even though the odds are stacked against them for a team that's lost Super Bowl to come back the next year. That's another good football team that did not lose a lot of people. I know they lost their coordinators, but that's all right.
Yeah. I am going to go – this is tough.
Just pick it.
I'm going to go with my sleeper pick. I'll go with the Seahawks.
To win the Super Bowl?
No, to go to the
to go to the Super Bowl.
Go there. Yeah. I'm going Bengals to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. I'm going Ravens win Super Bowl.
All right. I'm going with the Jets.
Jets.
All right.
I know it sounds crazy, but if you look at the just weird combination of the Niners passed on Rodgers when he went to get drafted by him, potentially meets him in the Super Bowl. Rodgers wins the Super Bowl for the Jets.
There's a lot of drama there. You thought this through, Dr. Crane.
I did.
Plus, he's only one of I think 3 quarterbacks who win a Super Bowl that's still playing currently. Mahomes, Rodgers, Russell Wilson. There's one more.
That have won a Super Bowl?
Yeah, that are actively playing that won a Super Bowl.
Mahomes.
Who's the Stafford?
4.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep. All right, Titans record.
12-5.
Okay.
10-7.
All right. I'm going 11-6, so we're all around it.
Okay.
We have them winning the division, all of us. So there you go. What team are you going to follow?
The Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's not a big stretch, but I don't know. Something about that team down there, and it's circular. Everybody wants to go back and play with the Dolphins like every 10 to 12 years, and I just think with that they've got something down there.
I'm gonna say Seattle.
Okay.
I will follow Seattle. What about you, Nick?
Does it have to be with the teams that I picked?
No,
something that's like out of the
blue.
blue.
Bears. I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There's some upside there. I like the DJ Moore pickup. That'll be interesting.
And I would say with like wild card teams,
the Bears.
I think the Steelers are in there. I didn't pick the Ravens to win the division. I think they could be in there. So it's certainly intriguing. But there you go. Our NFL predictions. We will save those.
Got them written down. Typed out.
We'll save those and then refer to them when we're all wrong.
Yeah, which will be week 1.
Yes, it will. Coming up next, we'll talk to Walt Wells about one of his former players making the Titans and also his football team in Eastern Kentucky. We'll do that next. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
They combine hard-hitting journalism.
The Titans asked Kevin Byard to take a pay cut.
Strong-willed opinions.
There's hot takes and then there's weird takes. Yeah. This is a weird take.
And sometimes some old man takes.
I'm excited about it. So do I gyrate embarrassingly?
To create the perfect morning show, they are Robbie and Rex Road. Mornings from 6 to 9. Presented by TJ Anderson Homes of Benchmark Realty on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
This is Nick Frazier here to tell you about my favorite sport booking casino, and that's BetUS.com. Football is back, and that means it's time to lay down your bets. I only endorse one sport booking casino, and that's BetUS.com. They're celebrating their 30th year of sports betting service with a special offer up to 30 risk-free bets. That's right, up to 30 risk-free bets. It's called Bet Protect. BetUS.com also offers a 125% sign-up bonus, a massive 200% crypto sign-up bonus, and a 250% casino bonus. The game always gets more exciting with the bet, but you can take it to a whole nother level at BetUS.com's live in-game betting. Take advantage of their 30th year offer, up to 30 risk-free bets. Get Bet Protect. Get started today by visiting BetUS.com or 1-800-MyBetUS to learn more. That's 1-800-MyBetUS. BetUS.com, sport booking casino, where the game begins.
Do you have a VA loan? In this housing market, homeowners with VA loans have access to a ton of instant cash. Hey, Willie Donick here. Do you need cash to pay off credit cards and other high-interest loans? How does a check for 80 or 90 grand sound right now? Loan Pronto is helping veterans every day get the money they need with a quick and easy zero-cost cash-out refi with zero closing costs. With a VA loan, it's really cool because you can access up to 100% of your home's value. That's 100%. Use that money to pay off credit cards, home equity equity lines, car loans. Consolidate all your payments into one check per month and close in 2 weeks. Most homeowners who do this end up cutting their overall monthly payments by $800. And Loan Pronto's all-digital process makes it fast and easy. They're doing loans with super low APRs, and they love working with veterans. Call now. See what your options are. Call Loan Pronto, 615-499-5780. That's 615-499-5780, or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
NFL opening night is coming, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is hooking new customers up with a can't-miss offer. Place your first $5 NFL bet and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September. New customers, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code OUTCOME to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. That's code OUTCOME, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Just a minute, don't hang up.
Hey, we want to hear from all of you. Give us a call or text at 615-737-1025.
Hello. You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Our phone line driven by Wilson County Hyundai.
Chase and Big Joe are on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chase McKay, Big Joe Dubin hanging out on this Thursday, opening night in the National Football League. We say hello to Walt Wells, our buddy, Joe's best friend, Eastern Kentucky head football coach. Walt, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Well, it's a full-time job keeping JoJo in line, but other than that, everything's good.
I'm just glad he's back where he belongs, on the radio, in Nashville, doing things that he loves to do.
I appreciate that, man. I know we talked a little bit this weekend. Our Jimmy Buffett passing away. We were both. We've made the trek many times to Key West and the music and everything. Just sad, man.
It's just unbelievable that it happens, but that one kind of. I guess everybody else knew he was sick. I had no idea he was, and I was actually planning a trip this summer for my daughter and my son and my wife. We were going to go take them to their first Buffett concert, but we'll just have to show videos now.
Yeah, or live through us, because we got many, many stories of doing that. All right, let's before we talk a lot of things, I want to talk to you about Matt Jackson, the Titans. You coached him at Eastern Kentucky. Tell me, Coach, what's this like? I know you've coached many a player that's made it to the National Football League. What was different about Matt Jackson? I know he called you last week to let you know he made the team. What was all that like?
Well, that was a special phone call because, I may have been telling you or somebody earlier that, I'm sitting there. I know it's cut day, and I get a FaceTime call from Matt, and I'm like, well, he must have made the team. And I kind of heard that before, from some people I know in the Titans organization that they thought he might make it. And so when I got the FaceTime call, I was like, yeah, he probably won't FaceTime me if he's, if he got cut.
Right.
But Matt's got such a just big personality, beautiful smile, and, his face pops up there grinning ear to ear, and he says some things. And it's just such a great moment because, when I pulled in here in 2020, there was a lot of, you learn as a head coach, everybody's going to tell you everything, whether it's the truth, whether it's right, you don't know, and so when I got here, it's a hard process taking over as a head coach because you got to, you got guys you want to hire, so you got to come in and fire people, and I've been on that other end, so I respect the conversation that I'm going to have with these guys, and so then they want to spill out information trying to show their worth so they can stay, whether or not they really want to. They just want to keep getting a paycheck until it's time to go to another job, and that's kind of how this business works. And Matt was a topic of a lot of conversation and a lot of negativity. And I was like, I'm not going to listen to that. He's from Hillsboro. I heard he could run really well. And I just pulled Matt in and talked to him and told him that and said, I'm going to make you the face of our defense if you're willing to do what it takes to do that. And, he was. And he had maturity to grow, just like you remember me at 19,
right?
20, and not in the age of internet and cell phones and all that. And not that Matt was doing anything any other normal 18, 19, 20-year-old kid was doing. And he was such a great, positive kid and played hard and practiced hard. And I was just like, I don't see it. And then COVID hit and we went through all that. And then season started and he just kept making plays. And I was like, God, I don't know. I heard, we've heard all the chatter, but this kid keeps making plays. He's going to keep staying out there. And we're going to keep playing him. And he just kept getting better and better and better and better and better and making plays and All-American and Conference Player of the Year and all these types of things. And, he just matured himself off the field, in the classroom. Just one of those success stories that you have. And you're proud to see that he had the ability to go to your hometown team, which, everybody knows I'm a Titans fan, and make the squad.
I think it's a great story. And also, I know you and Trey Smith are really, really close, and to see the success he's having, it's got to be great. You got to be proud of him as well.
Oh, Trey's, yeah, Trey is that guy. What is it, him, they call it? He's him. And, I told Trey when we were recruiting him at Tennessee that he would be the governor of Tennessee one day, and I think he could be if he wanted to be because he's that good of a person. His mom and dad, his dad, he lost his mom early in his life, but had a major influence on him. And Henry, his dad, just unbelievable people. And Ashley, his sister, who works at the NFL now. Trey's the only guy I've ever met that's the nicest guy off the field. You'd want him to marry your daughter. You'd want him to, all that, be the father of your grandchildren and all that. And then when he goes on the field, he'll rip your eyeballs out. He's unbelievable. He'll be a free agent soon, and I'd be shocked. I was talking to the chief scout the other day. I'll be shocked if he's not one of the highest-paid guards in the NFL.
We're talking
and deservedly so.
We're talking to Walt Wells, head coach, Eastern Kentucky University. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Rick Stockstill yesterday when he was on our show. It's 1 week, and you played Cincinnati, you're playing Kentucky this week, not even in your conference play yet. How long does it take to kind of figure out what you have as a football team, looking at it from the perspective of the head coach?
Well, I think it takes you a couple 2 to 3 weeks to figure it out, and then hopefully it doesn't change because of injuries and different things like that. I think every team's different. Last year we were a more senior-driven, experience-driven team, where this year we're 6 seniors, and we had 2 starters on defense that played for EKU. Jalen Hurd from over in Summit and Ryan Jackson from Friendship Christian. And so, we're learning who we are and what our guys can do. And they're learning. They're learning our system and how game day is and, everything that we do. So I think it depends on your team, but usually 2 to 3 weeks.
Your relationship with Mark Stoops, you guys are pretty tight, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Mark's a really good friend and been really good to me throughout since we really got we knew each other before I went to work for him in 2018. But obviously when I went to work for him, we became really close, and it was it's been a friendship that we've kept. I'm just 30 minutes down the road. And so we've seen each other, different things. He introduced me at the Big Heart Ball in Lexington, where I was talking and a guest of honor and all that kind of crap. And Mark's just been he's just he's our age. He's a great dude, and we got a lot of similar interests, and football being one of them.
Were you when you beat Kentucky? Where were you when you beat Kentucky with that 2-point conversion?
That was when I was with Willie Taggart at Western Kentucky in 2012. I was the offensive coordinator.
All right, that call to go for two to win the game, that had to be, and I was proud of you because I hate extra points, but I was proud of you because that won the football game. What was it, Seminole 43? Was that the call?
Seminole. We just called it Seminole. And matter of fact, it was kind of funny. Willie's got his it's not his youngest child, but it's his youngest son's like 6'7", 230-pound tight end, 4-star, 5-star, and so we were the first ones to offer him. So I sent him something last night, and then he just asked how we were doing and all this, that, and the other. And when I said, well, we're going to UK, we're going to bring out the old Seminole on him. But, I credit Willie and Lance Guidry, the DC at Miami now, for that, because Lance was like, hey, man, you need to go for it because we can't stop them anymore.
Nice.
And Willie looks and is like, all right, let's go for it. And so we're sitting there scrambling around plays, and Nick Sheridan, who's over at Washington now, was on that staff and was at Tennessee with Josh Dobbs and all that. We're all three sitting there and we're like, let's just run Seminole. And Willie kind of looked in like, yeah, let's do it. And so here we go. And Antonio Andrews had such a great night that night. We faked it to him. And, of course, he was the Mr. Football in the state of Kentucky as a quarterback. And so we threw it back to I forget who we threw it back. We threw it back to K1 Jakes, our quarterback. And Cam Clemens, who's a assistant O-line coach at the Raiders, who's from Wilson Central there in town, he threw the lead block and got him into the end zone. And we walked off the field and changed the trajectory of probably Western Kentucky in the 1A, or the FBS football, and probably, put Willie on the path to South Florida and, all that good stuff.
Was that also probably got Mark Stoops into Kentucky because he took over next year?
Yeah, I like to tell Mark that sometimes. We helped you get here and make all them millions, and because then the next year we left, obviously went to South Florida, and Bobby Petrino took over, but we left we probably should have stayed, hindsight 2020, but we left and Bobby Petrino took over, and they didn't go to a bowl game, but they were loaded. And, I was talking to somebody on the radio this morning, and they were at that UK game covering UK, and they asked the scout who they thought they'd win. They said Western because, we probably had 12 to 15 guys make NFL rosters off that team in 12 and 13. We had some dudes, and we'd recruited really well, and all positions, and Willie did a nice job with that, and so Bobby and them beat Mark and them that first year. Vince Marrow tells me all the time, he's like, yeah, we didn't know who the SEC team was when we walked in, when Kentucky, they were coaching Kentucky and the Western team was there. So we had some good teams there, and it was fun to get going there. I've been there many times and gotten beat, and I've been there a couple times and won. So looking forward to going over there this Saturday and at 3:00 and competing against them.
Walt Wells is with us, Eastern Kentucky head football coach, and you telling that story about going for two. There's so much talk about analytics and whatever the sheet says, and I know that's important, but how much do you still rely on just the feel of the game, your gut feeling of, okay, we got a fourth down, we could kick, we could go for it? How much is that still in play when you're trying to make that decision?
I think that's I understand it. At the FBS level, and especially at the Power 5 level, everybody can afford to have an analytic person, right? And they got the book, and they call it the Bible, and it's a big old binder that's got all this what ifs in there. And I'm not saying that stuff's not good. It's good for a reminder. I still believe in it, because we don't have that here. Our analytics is me and one of our coaches, and we sit down and talk about some things, but bottom line is I'm going to decide, what the feel of the game is. How do I feel our defense is playing? Does our team need, some energy? I feel confident with our quarterback, Parker McKinney from Coalfield, Tennessee, that, if we go for it on fourth down, we got a great shot. It's just whether or not I want to give up the field position if it doesn't happen. that's where I get into my feel for it is how do I think our defense is and where's the flow of the game going.
Before we let you go, I know for people who just moved here don't realize this, but during the 60s, 70s, 80s, MTSU and Eastern Kentucky had one hell of a rivalry, and Boots Donnelly and Roy Kidd went at it. It was friendly, competitive, but each team wanted just to bury the other team. I read the other day that Coach Kidd's not doing well. I know he means the world to you, so just thoughts and prayers with his family right now, because I know what he means to you.
No, I appreciate that, and I know Coach Donnelly's still down in the Nashville area, and I saw a picture of him somewhere at a ball game watching his grandson play, and so it was good to see him out and about. But Coach has been moved to hospice care. Yes, I owe a lot of things to Coach Kidd in my career, and without him, I wouldn't be the head coach at EKU for sure. And without his blessing, he's a Hall of Famer, 315 wins, 2 national championships, but he's a Hall of Fame person too. And, that's what people need to remember. I mean, 39 years as the head coach at EKU, just think of all the players that he affected, all the coaches that he affected. And then he changed Richmond for the better for a long time. I mean, he's a guy that came to school here, was an All-American here, played baseball here too, went on and coached a local high school team and took it to great heights, came over as an assistant, went to Moorhead for a year, and then came back and was the head coach and, just did great things here. And, we're Miss Sue and the family, we're all prayers for them. And, I guess everybody knows one day this day will come, but it's hard for us here at EKU in Richmond getting that news.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Walt, appreciate it as always. Good luck against Kentucky, and I know that you're going to be a regular on this show, and we love it.
Well, as long as you want me, I'll come on here, but I appreciate you guys, and like I said, Joe, love you, man. Glad to hear you back on the radio. Your voice just sounds different than it was at that other place.
Appreciate you, brother. Good luck Saturday, man.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day.
You too. Walt Wells, head coach, Eastern Kentucky, as they take on Kentucky this weekend. I didn't realize they were so close together. So 30 minutes apart?
Yeah. It's like Middle and Vanderbilt. I mean, it's like Murfreesboro to Nashville.
You just hop on the bus.
There's no time at all to do all that.
Very cool. Yeah. Tune in to 94.9 The Fan this Saturday at 11 o'clock for our college football game of the week. Colorado takes on Nebraska. Dion, once again, presented by Twin Peaks. Take your tailgate to Twin Peaks for scenic views of all the hottest non-conference games across the country.
New home. New energy. Same Blue Raiders.
99 yards! Touchdown, Middle Tennessee!
Catch every game for MTSU on 93.3 Classic Hits. Coach Rick Stockstill is poised to lead his team to yet another bowl appearance.
We're really excited about this opportunity.
Your home for the Blue Raiders is 93.3 Classic Hits and the Classic Hits app.
All right, let's talk Superbook Sports. Why bet with the big boys this football season? Instead, try your hand with a local book, that's Superbook, here in Tennessee. They are the book next door and have a dedicated team of odds makers that are based out of Vegas. They're right there behind the counter at the Westgate, and they're making sure you get the best prices and the parlays that you will find anywhere. And now, check this out. Download that Superbook Sports app, and you can get a bonus of up to $250 when you sign up and wager all in the same day and use the promo code CHASE when you sign up. It is that simple. If you want to bet tonight, Detroit getting 4.5 on the road against Kansas City. 4.5 is the line. The total is 53. I might lean under, it being the first game of the season as well. So use the promo code CHASE. Bet with the best this football season with Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789.
Hey, it's Jared from my friends at Hiller. It's about to start getting cooler, and it's time to start thinking about your heating system. You do not want to experience breakdowns when that first temperature drop happens, so it's time to get your heating tune-up taken care of. Luckily, happy half-off month at Hiller. Tune-ups are 50% off. This month, Hiller is making it easier than ever to tackle necessary home replacements by giving you 50% off select add-on items. Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, proud supporters of the Preds, the Vols, and Vandy. Hiller, call the Happy Face truck today.
It's time to celebrate this fall and unleash the beast. Monster Brewing proudly presents to you Beast Unleashed. 0 caffeine, 0 sugar, all the adult beverage fun. The Beast is unleashed with great taste, bold familiar flavors, and 6% alcohol. Go wild with Mean Green, White Haze, Peach Perfect, and Scary Berries. Don't fear the Beast. Enjoy Beast Unleashed at your next tailgate or football party. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 and over.
Caroline Fenton here from my friends at Sean Hammond's Jiu-Jitsu Academy. They supply a very safe and family-friendly environment with classes daily. Classes range from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, cardio kickboxing, ladies and kids programs, and so much more. Black belt instructed classes for men, women, and kids of all ages. You'll gain knowledge in self-defense, get a great workout, and get in the best shape of your life. Located at 2909 Armory Drive in South Nashville, call Sean Hammond's Jiu-Jitsu Academy today to set up your free trial. Learn more at SeanHammondsBJJ.com.
Are you or someone you know looking for a job change or a new career opportunity? Come out and interview with one or more of over 30 local employers ready to hire on the spot at Urban League's free workshop development hiring expo. Saturday, September 9th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Nashville State's White Bridge campus. This free event will include door prizes, food trucks, and much more. The future is yours. Join Urban League of Middle Tennessee on September 9th and take the next step to your exciting future. Call the Urban League office at 615-254-0525 for more information.
Blue Raider football lives on 93.3 Classic Hits.
Hey, this Saturday, it's week 2 as MTSU battles another SEC opponent. This time it's Missouri. Coverage begins at 5.
Your home for the Blue Raiders is 93.3 Classic Hits. You're listening to the Chase and Big Joe Show.
I could pull a better cartoon out of my ass. Hey, whoa! Wasn't that great, kids?
On 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
Hey, sign up for Silly Underdog Picks for your chance to win weekly prizes. Make your picks today at thegamenashville.com or on the 102.5 The Game app as Week 1 of the NFL kicks off this weekend. Silly Underdog Picks is presented by Volunteer Hose and Gasket and Superbook Sports, and we'll have our expert picks today at noon. So looking forward to that on Caroline, Willie, and D-Mace. And
can I sign up too?
You can.
Okay.
Be something special today at noon that I got up my sleeve.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be listening at noon.
Thank you, Chris.
When that
Appreciate
goes
it.
on. I like the fact Coach Wells talking about the defensive coordinator comes over and says, go for 2. We can't stop them. I love that.
I love that honesty.
Yeah. I always say go for 2. Look, you got your football team on the 3-yard line to win. Would you take those odds? One play.
Yeah.
You love your guys. You think you can do it. One play. You could win the game right there. That's why I always think the Super Bowl with Fisher was.
And I know, I don't think Walt or anybody would look at it this way necessarily, but like if I'm in Eastern Kentucky and just calling it like it is, I mean they're Kentucky is the favored team, right? Everybody's looking at the SEC team and saying, just like Middle and Missouri or whatever. If I'm in a position and I'm the underdog and I'm that team that really I have nothing to lose because in the grand scheme of things, like the win helps you, the loss doesn't really do anything. I'm going for it. Like go for the win.
Go
like
for
you
it.
have nothing to lose.
You don't, and that way you've got your one play. You can win the game. Don't let them win the game for you. You can win the game right there. And I'll go back and I've always said about the Super Bowl. I mean, the Rams were exhausted. The Titans have scored that one with Dyson, had gotten in the end zone. Go for it. They were exhausted. They couldn't stand up. You could see that on the replay of that last drive.
Sanders in the back of the end zone wide open, but
somebody's an armchair quarterback. But you're right. No, but I just go for a chance to win the game. That's why I hate it. They're like, wow, they lost. Man, go for the win.
I still think so I asked Floyd, one day we were off the air and I was like, I want you to be honest with me. Was Jeff going to go for 2? And he's like, nah. I go, BS.
Oh, he said that. I mean, I've asked him.
No, I know, but I still think he would have. I think in the moment, like with the momentum the way it was.
He's old school. He wouldn't have done that. These new coaches would go for 2.
But I mean, my whole thing is with the overtime rules, and I mean they've changed them, with the playoffs now. But at that time, with the overtime rules of if you don't get the ball, then
I mean, do you want to give the Rams back the ball at that moment?
No, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would have gone for 2 because. If you go to overtime and they get the ball, I mean, there's no guarantee you're going to stop them. You had basically shown you couldn't.
That's exactly right.
So
go for 2. Go for the win. I don't know why people. I don't know why this is such a big deal for people. Like, I don't just go for the win.
Like, how would Titans fans have felt? Would they have? I mean, obviously they were heartbroken because it lost the game.
Right.
I mean, would the feeling if I could go back and tell you that. They were going to go for 2 and they missed it, and you're going to lose anyway. I mean, but I mean, like it would have, like you're going to feel the same, is what I'm saying.
That play, I would have spread that Rams defense out wide, shotgun snap to McNair, get behind Zach Pillar, and panel it in the end zone.
Yep, 100%.
I got to stop that guy back then. But I just don't know why that's always a point of consternation with a lot of Titans fans or fans today of like, don't go for 2. No, go for it. Do it. Finish the game off.
Yeah, why not?
And don't say, we got extra football. Hate that.
Hate
or
that?
free football. Free football.
You don't like that?
Hate that phrase. It's already free. Well, hell, I'm paying YouTube $68
I was about to say,
a month.
Not so much anymore.
Right. It's free football. No, just go for it and get the win and move forward and go. If you don't win, you could say, look, I had a college coach one time tell me, which was great. He said, I need you for 60 minutes. If you look in the mirror at the end of the day and you can honestly say to yourself, you gave me everything you got, I'm good with that. We're not going to accept losing, but if you give me everything you got, then I'm okay. Then I was like, okay. And then so you give your team every opportunity to win the game. They don't do it. Well, I mean, you went out fighting, man.
I'll give you everything I got, Joe. Every day.
All right. This comfortable. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. What we got coming up next, Chase?
Coming up next, we'll get back into the Titans and the NFL opening night. Keith Bulluck going to join us in the next hour as well. 102.5, 106.3, The Game.
ElectronicExpress.com. We make it happen.
Nashville, we have an important decision to make on September 14th. We can elect a mayor who's even more progressive than the liberals ruining Nashville for decades, or we can elect a mayor who understands that Nashville needs a new direction. Our failing schools, our massive tax hike, out-of-control crime, and excessive spending has got to stop. If not, we'll end up like all those progressive cities that are now total disasters. If you don't vote, we can't win. Vote Alice Rowley for mayor today. Paid for by Save Nashville, Tom Landry, Treasurer.
All of us at 102.5 and 106.3 The Game want to recognize our active military, veterans, first responders, and educators with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
This is 102.5 and 106.3 The Game. Now, your Game Center update.
This is Nick Frazier, and this Game Center update is brought to you by BetUS Sportbook and Casino, celebrating 30 years with a special football season offer, up to 30 risk-free bets. It's called Bet Protect. Get started with BetUS.com. It's finally here. The first game of the NFL season is tonight as the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Detroit Lions. Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce is questionable for tonight's game. Here was head coach Andy Reid on his starting tight end.
As far as injuries go, Kels hyperextended his knee today, so
We'll just see how he does going forward. Good day of practice. Our guys have had a good week of prep, and I'll tell you what, with the injuries, I'll give them to you tomorrow, or game day, and I can't say it. Everybody's good to go. You'll see the acts when we get there.
Tune in to 94.9 The Fan as the Nashville Sounds look to continue their winning ways versus the Memphis Redbirds, the AAA affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals. You're listening to 102.5 and 106.3 The Game.
For more, follow us on Twitter at 1025 The Game or visit thegamenashville.com. Live from the Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical Studios. WPRT FM Pegram, WPUC HD2 Laverne. Nashville's exclusive home for the Nashville Predators. 1025 and 1063.
79-52 Vanderbilt. I think he's got a coach up by Cheryl.
You're going to see more moves. The Game.
A Cromwell Media Station.
Let me talk to you. Talking what's important to Nashville.
Sweet mother of God, what is the holdup?
This is the Chase and Big Joe Show.
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
With Chase McCabe and Big Joe Dubin.
Good, great, grand, wonderful.
We're here on 1025 and 1063 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
Chase and Big Joe Show, hour number 2, 1025, 1063 The Game. Opening night in the National Football League. Chiefs, Lions, Titans will open up this weekend. Got some fun matchups on hand for week 1 of the NFL. Keith Bullock going to join us in about 20 minutes in studio, so looking forward to that. Do you like the Thursday night kickoff?
I do. I do.
too.
It's just kind of fun. But it always seems like the Chiefs always are playing at home. I know it's 8 home, 9 home, or whatever it is. It just always seems like they're playing at home. It's like hard to remember a game where they've been on the run. I know the Titans beat them here a couple of years ago. It's like, but always think about the Chiefs. They're always playing at home, and they get the home game tonight versus the Lions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Super Bowl champion gets to host.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I like that. I think that's cool.
They've been to 18, 19, 20, 22. 5 straight AFC championship games.
Yep. Yeah, and you know what? I will go back, and I think history will show.
Here we go.
Patrick Mahomes truly became Patrick Mahomes when they lost that game to Brady and the Patriots in the AFC title game.
God, that was a great game.
It was a great game, but I feel like that was one, and I've heard Mahomes talk about this, that was you had to kind of learn what defeat, felt like. And
because that was his first real year being quarterback.
Yeah. And he like went to another place after that and in another level. And it was like, that's a prime example to me of a guy that in a team, that core group that they learned, you have to learn how to take defeat before you can learn how to win.
That's a good point.
And I feel like they did that.
He's for those who never seen Mahomes, he's a big dude. I mean, people don't realize that's like when I first saw Brady at the Titans practice. I mean, he's a big dude. Tom Brady's hands were massive. I mean, he's a big dude. Mahomes is the same way. I mean, that's a big guy. Just gets overshadowed because your line is much bigger than you are. But he's just – have you seen the play they didn't practice and the Chiefs got mad at whoever shot it? It was they rolled right, and then Mahomes went behind his back and threw the pass to the left side to a running back, and nobody was there, and went straight down the field. I mean, it was – I don't know how that play would work in a real game, but nobody saw that coming, and it was just fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, look, Andy Reid, because I remember that too. The narrative started with, Andy Reid goes to the AFC. Like, he went to 5 NFC championships with the Eagles and only made 1 Super Bowl.
That's right.
And now that is all shut up. Now that he's got 2 Super Bowls and everybody's excited, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he's going to the Hall of Fame. So they're on another level. But the Lions, to me, have more pressure on them because they're that team that historically has never done anything, and now they want to, try and do something.
I got to respond to the text line. Can I?
Sure.
Talking about you said Geno Smith being the comeback player of the year. This guy says, Chase, did you have a problem when Tannehill won comeback player of the year? Same standard. Totally disagree.
Yeah, I disagree too. Okay, so here's the difference, and if we're going to go down this rabbit hole again, that's fine. Yeah. And this is one of those arguments that I believe you're going to feel the way you're going to feel, and there's going to be no change in you. And I'm the same way.
Okay.
I know Geno Smith started games in the NFL before last year. I recognize that. But, and I can't remember, was he a first-round pick? I can't.
He was by the Jets, right?
Right, okay. But he then just became a backup, and that's what he was. And Tannehill was the starter with the Dolphins, had battled through injury, comes to the Titans. Basically, the Dolphins paid him to go away, and then takes over midseason and takes his team to the AFC Championship game.
But Geno Smith, second round, 2013.
Okay, second round.
Sorry.
Okay. But how many games did he start before that? I mean, I don't feel like he was a starter very long.
Well, he's with the Jets for 4 years, Giants for 1, Chargers for 1, and I doesn't say how many he started here. Oh, I got it right here. He started, I don't know.
I mean, he basically moved into a backup role. He started all the games in 2013, 13 in 2014, and then he was a backup until last year. I mean, so I don't – if he had come back from that sooner – I mean, Tannehill was a backup for 6 games. Like that's why I think it's different. And people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. But I just didn't think he really came back from anything.
Yeah, okay.
At that point.
He's been with the Seahawks for 4 seasons already?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
5 now. It's his 5th season coming up.
No,
that's crazy.
I think it's his 4th.
19, 20, 21, 22. Do not argue with me.
Right. Yeah, he didn't play in 19. That's why. I'm looking at stats, and I don't see.
Yeah,
anything.
but he was part of the
team.
team.
He was with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Good for him to roll through there. But, yeah, that comeback player. I mean, and that's the thing is that do you do on based on expectations, you didn't meet those expectations so years later, or some just critical like Alex Smith, I think, maybe won it 1 year when he came back with the Redskins or the Commanders or whatever you want to call them now. I think.
Sorry, had to deal with suit duty for a second.
Do it. Get it done, man. Got to do what you got to do. All right, Comeback Player of the Year award. I'm going to look at some of these who's won this award and gone down there because this is an interesting kind of topic. With
what
people like,
the comeback player of the year? Yeah, and I'd be curious if
Joe Burrow won it.
Burrow won it?
He blew his ACL
the
out
ACL?
in 20.
Yeah.
Alex Smith won it in 20. Tannehill won it in 19. Andrew Luck won it in 18. Keenan Allen, Jordy Nelson. Eric Berry won it, which he should have.
Yeah. But see, like the common thread with those guys is they came back from an injury, like a significant injury. You know, Tannehill may be the exception. I mean, he battled different injuries in his career. I mean, that was kind of his problem in Miami.
I got no problem with all these guys. I mean, Brady won it in 2009 after
the ACL.
What's his name?
Bernard Pollard.
Took his knee out, yeah.
Crush boy.
Peyton won it in 2012.
And he totally deserved that.
That's right.
I mean, nobody thought he was going to play again with the neck.
Teddy Bruschi won it back in 2005. Drew Brees won it when he had that pinched nerve in his shoulder. Tommy Maddox won it. I mean, it's no award. They did not give out this award for 30 years. And the first award they give back, Doug Flutie wins at 98. It's an interesting award. I'm sure it's one that probably Peyton Manning doesn't talk about or Brady or guys like that. But that's interesting to do that. So Geno Smith gets the award.
Yeah. So I don't know. I believe our guest is here. I think I hear him. I can't see back there.
Yeah, he is. We'll go break early.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll come back and we'll talk to Keith Bulluck. As Joe said, the next guy that needs to be in the Titans Ring of Honor.
Yep.
And I agree with that.
You're right.
We'll do that next. 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
They fight.
Jared, you're how do you know, Joe? How do you know?
And fight.
And because of that,
But how do you know that, though? How do you know that?
But that's okay. It's Jared and Joe. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m., Jared Stillman and Joe Rexroad debate the big topics in sports. Jared versus Joe. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors and Parman Tractor and Equipment on Stillman and Company. Wednesdays at 5 on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game.
We got a good thing growing at the Nashville Fair. We offer nightly music, wrestling, cultural arts, barnyard animals, dinner shows, games, competitions, classic fair foods, and thrilling rides. Join in and explore the fun at your Nashville Fair, the only fair in Nashville. From September 8th through the 17th at the Fairgrounds Nashville. Buy tickets online and save at nashfair.fun. Come on out and grow with us at the Nashville Fair.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator, the Kubota construction lineup features durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all and do it right. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Nashville Sports and Social, the most epic sports watching experience in town, is opening at the Mall at Green Hills tonight for the first NFL game of the season. Come check out the action. 102.5 The Game's Jared Stillman will be broadcasting live on location. Sports and Social features a massive state-of-the-art 33-foot LED screen, their world-famous menu, and signature curated cocktails. That's the grand opening of Sports and Social at the Mall at Green Hills tonight as the Super Bowl champion Chiefs take on the Detroit Lions.
Men, at the Tennessee Men's Clinic, our urologists and providers have been helping guys with erectile dysfunction and other sexual health issues for years. And unlike some, at the Tennessee Men's Clinic, we take a comprehensive approach to your sexual health. Our sole focus is to treat ED and related conditions. ED can be affected by a bunch of things, from hormones, prostate issues, medical conditions, and even simply aging. The fact is, most guys experience it at some point in life. If you're suffering with ED, it's extremely important to see a provider that understands how your medical conditions, hormone levels, and other factors can impact your ability to have sex. That's why you should come to the Tennessee Men's Clinic, where we have treatments that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. I can't tell you how many guys we've seen that thought their situation was hopeless, only to be wildly surprised. So give us a call today. We'll do some blood work with a T-check and a medical consult to give you the best shot at success. Call 615-208-9090 or go to TennesseeMen'sClinic.com. We have 2 offices, Midtown and Franklin.
Visit our website to learn more, including side effects. Treatments extra, results vary.
Join the Nashville Area Chamber of Commerce at our office in Capitol View on Friday, September 8th for our upcoming open house, Pick Your Place. This event runs from 8:30 to 10:30 a.m., allowing you to come and go as your busy schedule allows. Utilize this unique opportunity to meet with chamber staff, introduce your business to members of the community, and explore the diverse engagement opportunities available to chamber members. Don't miss out on this fun and interactive event. Pick Your Place is free to attend, but registration is preferred. Time is running out. Register today at NashvilleChamber.com.
Nashville Sounds Baseball lives on 94.9 The Fan. Catch every pitch.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Every hit.
That's a base hit.
Every run.
Looking up, it's gone.
On your home for Sounds Baseball. 94.9 The Fan and the Fan app.
This is the Chase and Big Joe Show.
I wish you could just shut your big yapper.
On 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Broadcasting live from the Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical Studios. Excited to have our next guest in studio with us, Mr. Monday Night. Keith Bullock is with us, Titans legend. Keith, what's up, man? Good to see you.
It's good to see you guys.
Oh, we got his mic? All right. There we go. I think we're good.
We're good?
There we go. There it is.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys, man. I was excited. I knew I was coming here. I didn't know, the rotation, and I was like, oh, I got my guys.
That's right.
This is gonna be gold.
A former teammate of yours will be here in about 30 minutes. So
yeah, I know.
D Mace
is on here. That's one of the things I said. I thought I might catch him, but no, that's cool.
Yeah, I saw a couple of guys, Blaine last week that you played with, and Kevin Dyson as I went and covered a high school football game. It's cool to see all you guys still in the area.
Yeah, in our older form. But yeah, there's definitely a bunch of us that are still around, and we just welcomed Brett Kern to the boat.
Yep.
Eugene Amano, I see him. Our kids go to the same school, so we had I think it was a couple weeks ago, the ice cream social, and there's Brett. I'm like, hey, come on over,
join us.
Absolutely.
So you're here with Fanatics Sportsbook, which is everybody should be familiar with the Fanatics brand now, but it's a new sportsbook in Tennessee, and they're doing a really cool promotion with a jersey drop. So basically, that if you bet $50 or more in any market, you receive a credit to get a jersey of your favorite team. And I know a lot of people around here probably going to go after that Oilers throwback because it is nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you hit the nail on the head, and I think that's what's cool about it. You place, if you're a first-time customer, you place a bet, wager of $50 or more. You could do more than $50 if you want, but you get the reward of $150, gift certificate or credit to purchase a jersey of any team in sports. So obviously here in Tennessee, it's a perfect opportunity for you to get that throwback Tennessee Titans, Houston Oilers, number 53 with the Mr. Monday Night on the back.
Yeah.
Yo, be original. Or you put your own last name on the back. But either way, you sign up for, place a bet on the Fanatics betting game app and get that jersey.
It's funny. I was we were at training camp. That's what it was, and D Mace was there with us, and I saw this kid walk through with an '85 Mason jersey on, and I look at him. I'm like, hey, look, and he obviously tracked the kid down and was like all excited to see that. Do you still kind of get those, like you see that 53? That people are wearing, even though there have been other guys to come through here to wear that number. But when you see your last name in that 53, do you still get those same emotions?
I don't really necessarily get emotions. I think it's cool, especially when you see like the worn and weathered one that someone's brother had like handed down or whatever. But I definitely like seeing like the Derek Masons, the Pac-Man Jones, the Drew Bennettts, the guys that really played a lot of good football here. Speaking of Derek Mason, like I was a rookie, in 2000 when he started to really emerge here. Obviously, he had a big punt return in 99 against Jacksonville in that game. But when his career started to come into full fold, when he started to become a complete wide receiver, punt returner, and then obviously becoming one of the best wide receivers, in the league, in my opinion, for a guy his size that play in the slot, play outside. You're going to talk a bunch of junk and get the job done. I think that was, I don't even know how that happened. Maybe it was a contract thing or whatever, but I know he obviously went on to the Ravens and finished off and had a great career. But I know we could have used
we don't hold that against him.
We could have used Derek Mason here those years.
Oh, yeah. Look, were you 53 at Syracuse?
I was 33 at Syracuse.
How did you get 53 with the Titans?
I went to school as a safety, so I was 33 as a safety. I actually wanted number 3. But then my true freshman year, all they had was 33 because the senior had 3. Then I could switch in the spring, but all my gear was 33, so I kept it. And then when I got drafted, I was a linebacker. So I just took the 3 off and put a 5. It was either a 9 or a 5, so I didn't want to be 93, so I just went 53.
So you had the option of doing that? Fisher didn't like, hey, here's your jersey.
No. I mean, I was a first-round draft pick, so at least they let me do that. Yeah, they let me pick my number.
Nice.
I just picked 53. I just took the 3 off because I always looked at myself as a skill player. So even as a pro, I looked at myself as a playmaker. Yeah, I played linebacker, but I'm out here to make plays.
I think one of your greatest hits is when you popped Finnegan in 2008 up in Baltimore in that game.
Bro.
Man, that was an awesome football game because that was pure football that day.
Yeah, man, that was a tough game, man. It was a tough battle. Baltimore. That's funny. We're talking about Derek Mason.
Yeah.
So let's go full circle with it. Like, so how that situation came to fruition is, D Mace, he talks mad junk and he's like making plays and that, but that's part of the game,
right?
And he's good at it. So he was giving Cortland, a young Cortland Finnegan, the business. Making catches, talking to him. I remember one time he told him, man, every time you go to work, you see me in your building, because and I'm telling Cortland, I'm like, hey, man, because Cortland's a competitor, feisty. I'm like, hey, man, chill. D Mace is just trying to get you out of your game. He's just trying to he's like, man, you shut up. Let me play my game. And I'm like, all right, he done got you. You just got a personal foul. You know what I mean? Don't make us lose. Don't put us in position to lose.
He's in your head.
Yeah, and then 3 plays later, another personal foul. So Baltimore gets all the way down to the goal line. They ran 3 plays, but we gave them, 30 yards and penalties, and then it just went black. He said some things. I reacted. It just wasn't a good situation. Obviously, Cortland and I are solid since then. But, yeah, that's just
I forgot about that.
That's just, you know, the heat of the moment, the heat of the battle. I'm the general, dog. You know what I mean? Like, let's get in line and let's get back to what we came here to do. And we all got back in line, and we were able to come out of there with a win. But
that's right.
Yeah.
13-10, October 5th, 2008. That was a fun team in 2008.
Yeah, man, cause that's nothing we expected. We didn't expect to start the season 10-0. We didn't expect many of those things. We expected to be good because, you know, we worked for that. In the offseason, that's where teams are built. But I tell you what, it's just like in the 2000 year when the defense got Javon Curse. When the offense got Chris Johnson, you know, that was the catalyst that we hadn't had a home run hitter like that from the running back position ever. You know, obviously Eddie is Eddie. He's going to do his thing. We had, you know, Travis Henry, who was great for us. You know what I mean? We had Chris Brown, but like someone that, here you go 90 now. And nobody's going to catch you. Actually do it 3 times in one game.
Oh, yes. Oh, amazing.
So, Keith Bullock is in studio with us. Yeah, and the thing about that 08 team is, like, I love – that D-line is still one of my favorites with Albert and Vanden Bosch, and Curse had come back.
Yeah.
Tony Brown doesn't get the credit he deserves for being a part of that. I feel like he's the forgotten one, and I'm like, I loved him.
Yeah, he brought a lot of energy. And, you know, for someone – Tony Brown's journey, he went all the way through Europe. He started it, obviously, he played at Memphis, then he went to Europe, then San Francisco, then Carolina. Then he's one of those people that bounced around. And what I always say about Coach Washburn is he's going to get, you know, he's going to get all the juice out of the fruit. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to get, before there was a juicer with his hands, he's going to get all, and and that's proof in the pudding when you say Tony Brown, Albert Hainsworth, Jason Jones, Sinderic Marks. You know, these guys went on to play other places and had success. So it's like.
Didn't he have that Millionaires Club or that board that, like, because guys would go get paid somewhere else?
Yeah, people wanted to go, wanted to get on that board. And if I really think about all the names that he had in that room, I guarantee just about every one of those gentlemen that had aspirations of getting paid and listened to Coach Washburn, you know, got that check.
I got to tell you, I've never seen a professional football player cry until Jim Washburn one day, and may he rest in peace, Jesse Mahalona from Tennessee.
Yeah.
He berated him so bad that Jesse started crying on the practice field. And I felt bad, but Washburn
playing for Coach Washburn. He kind of wanted to see, because at the end of the day, all that stuff you should have got out of the way. Your dad should have did that. Your uncle or your brother, like, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff should have got out of there in college and high school. You know, between those coaches. So if you get to the pros, and your coach could bring tears to your eyes, you know what I mean? But Jesse was one of those guys that he saw talent in, and Jesse wasn't necessarily at that time answering the bell. So, you know, I love Jesse. He was a great dude. He was starting to come around. Rest in peace to Jesse. But, you know, Wash is going to challenge you. And, you know, I don't know what coaching is like these days, but, you know, obviously he got results.
You're around the team some. I know you do some work with Titans Radio. You played against Mike Vrabel and know what kind of a player he was.
Yeah.
A lot of that same stuff we now see as a coach. So what's kind of been your thoughts with him as he's evolved from a player now to a coach?
Well, I like what, you know, Mike brings to the table. You know, as a player, obviously he's on the other side of the ball, so I didn't really get to go against – I didn't go against him at all, but I know those defenses. Willie McGinnis, who I consider one of my OGs, you know, he speaks very highly of Vrabes. He says he's a foxhole guy, and that just says enough. And, you know, every time that I've met him and had an opportunity to speak with him, you know, he's been solid. You know, he's definitely a coach that a former player, he's a leader. You know what I mean? So if you're on his coaching staff, you're going to believe what he's saying. He's not going to give you any BS. And I that transcends from his players when you hear them speak in interviews and their game plan going into the week. For those listening, if you don't know, when you hear the players speak, they're reiterating what the coach said in the team meeting. So, those are a lot of times those are Vrabel's words, especially in the younger players. Those rookies and those first 2-year guys are definitely reiterating whatever the coach said the message was for that week. And those messages have been solid. He fields teams that compete, and they're tough. And it's going to be very interesting to see, this weekend, the Ran Carthon era and what's the new coordinator's name? Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly. See, brain fart.
That's all right.
And Tim Kelly, because many Titans fans weren't happy with how the offense was running the last couple years. So, being a former player and speaking from knowledge on football, going into week 1 and just about every week, I just like to sit back, have my beer, and check out some ball.
Well, they're playing New Orleans, where you had a great Monday night game in 2007. I remember I was in the press box when you had that game, and that was one for the ages, man. That was
it was fun, man.
Yeah, it was.
It definitely was.
Drew Brees had no idea what was going on that game.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's what happened. So, how often do the Titans and Saints play? So, you're saying Drew Brees, when we speak about that game, I just don't think that, he really was really up on his scouting report as he normally would be, because, I say that because we play Peyton Manning 2 times a year, and Peyton wouldn't take certain chances that Drew Brees was, doing that game. Because he's familiar with, I don't care how good the Titans are, I know they're going to do this, this, and this, and they have this player, that player, So going fast forward to Sunday, I think the Titans can be advantageous defensively, because I don't really think much of Derek Carr. And that's just because, he's a good football player, but I feel like he's been overhyped and all the different things, and he hasn't won anything yet. So, I look at this matchup as Ryan Tannehill versus Derek Carr, and I look, Ryan Tannehill, like him or not, he's ascended his whole career. He was a wide receiver. He was a wide receiver in college for 2 years. Then he got drafted in the first round, Miami Dolphins. I don't know how much, that organization really, supported him. He took him to 11-5 season, came here as a backup, and the Titans have had success since he's been here. So, no, was he ever supposed to be, a Joe Montana or whatever? Nah. So I think he's done his job. I think, this last year, it seems like it's his last year.
Right.
You gotta just play the villain, man. You know what I'm saying? Just, go out with a bang. I think he can take them pretty far.
Chase, can we do the Rondé Barber question to Keith?
Sure.
Rondé Barber was here last Friday. We asked him who the greatest quarterback he ever played against was. He said, without a doubt, hesitation, Peyton Manning. In your awesome opinion, who's the greatest quarterback you ever played against?
Yeah, that's a
Peyton.
Yeah, just because
he knew your defense. He could
that,
call it out.
And for example, right? So he can know the defense, right?
Sure.
But if we're in man-to-man, we're in man-to-man. So, there was a play where I had the tight end, and it was Pollard, back in the day, and Samari had Marvin Harrison, and they used to run. Marvin would run 5 and in, and Pollard would run straight. He would run a seam. So, I know the route's coming. So, on the 5-yard break, I come off my route almost like Travis Hunter did the other, the Colorado game.
Yeah.
I came off my route to make the play. Peyton, I don't know how. he didn't. He was able to pull it, and then he hit the seam. You know what I'm saying? That's just one play that I could think of that, that's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to throw the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, obviously the smarts that he brings to the game, he knows where you're supposed to be. We hit him on a double dog blitz one year. I actually scooped. Tank Williams hit him. I scooped it and ran it in for a touchdown. That blitz never, ever worked again. You know what I'm saying? So he's very astute. I definitely say so.
So it was funny. Growing up in Nashville, obviously I remember him at Tennessee, and he was great. He was a hero. And then you guys, on the run of this was before you got here, but on the run of the Super Bowl, they play him, and it's like, okay, this is weird because here's this guy, and then of course joins the division, and then he becomes enemy number one with the Colts for so many years. So I remember my dad and I went to the game in 2000.
No, but you still loved him. He was enemy number one, but you still loved him.
It was hard though because it was like I'm Titans. I was a Titans fan. So it's
you're
like
keeping it real because a lot of Titans fans were Peyton fans.
Sure,
when the
and I
Colts
mean you
came
would
to
see
town.
like they'd come to town and you'd see a lot of UT Orange or whatever.
And that's fine.
I remember in 2009, they play here. My dad and I were at the game, and it was a fun game. And I thought that Jeff outcoached Dungy with the calls at the end to set Baronis up for the 60-yard field goal. But what was that game like from your perspective? Because he had gotten your number, the Titans number a lot, and you guys got him that day.
Yeah, I remember that game. I actually had a pick going into halftime.
I think you did, yeah.
But that's one of the things. That's how you get Peyton. Like any play that I made against Peyton Manning has been, in my eyes, a spectacular play because that was like a one-handed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what he was trying to do before half was, let's get this first down. He was trying to put them in position for a field goal. So he threw the quick out to Fletcher, the tight end, and I was able to make the play on it. And then we were able to get that field goal before half to get those points. So it was like one of those games where, like you just said, it was really the players, everybody was playing solid, and it was a coaching game. Nobody was really giving too many inches. Nobody was making too many mistakes on the field. So it came down to what coach was going to have the best strategy going into the end of that game. And, Coach Fisher did a great job, putting us in position, putting Rob Baronis in position to hit that tremendous game winner.
It wasn't 09. It was 06. Right?
06, yeah.
Yeah,
that's the year they won the Super Bowl. Yeah. All that. But before we let you go, I saw you at a party years ago, and you're with that guy, CSI Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Your buddy. What's his name?
Adam Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That's my dog.
Did y'all grow up together?
Yeah, we grew up together. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and then we kind of became real close best friends. He's 2 years older than me in like high school, 9th grade. My other boy out there, Paul Williams, we all the same crew from New York. So yeah, that's it's interesting. We got an interesting little neighborhood because there's like Jeremy Garlick that was on my football team. He made Super Troopers. He's like a director.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So we got a nice little microcosm.
Is that cool to see your buddy on a show that was so popular for so many years?
You know what? I ain't never watched it.
Really?
I promise. I've caught it.
Right.
But I didn't tune in because, like you
man.
said, it was on for so many years, and he's like a bigger star internationally. Like if we go to Europe or something like that, because they play it on reruns
That's right.
all the time
Huge.
over there. So on basic television. So yeah, he's a big international dude.
Fanatics Sportsbook, that's who you're with today, Keith. The jersey drop going on right now.
Get the jersey.
You can bet $50 or more, whatever you feel like, on something, and you get that $150 credit to get a jersey, whether you want it to be
Fanatics.com.
53.
Yep.
Fanatics.com. But get that 53 and get that Oilers jersey, Titans jersey, what have you. Doesn't matter. But appreciate you being here to talk about that today and to tell stories. Go down memory lane.
Man, y'all got to have me up here more often.
I would
man.
love to.
I'm
yeah.
an independent contractor, B. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
by the way, we're leading the charge to get you on the Ring of Honor. We have for years.
I appreciate it.
I know you're a humble guy, man, but you deserve to be on that Ring of Honor.
And I'll say that Joe and I were talking about this because I think Amy has done a nice job in honoring you guys in the past.
For sure.
And
for sure.
and look, retiring 9 and 27, breaking her dad's rule was the right move.
Word, nice.
And everybody agreed with that. But to my knowledge, the only guys that are in the Ring of Honor from the Titans are Steve, Eddie, and Frank. I think the next group, you absolutely have to be in that. I think D-May should be in that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Blaine should be in that.
Yeah.
So I want to see that happen soon.
Hey, you know what? Don't hold your breath, but I'm confident in the organization.
Jeff and Floyd are in, and Jeff and Floyd deserve to be in.
I think a lot of things come down to timing as well.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Look, I can't tell people how to cook their gumbo.
Right. I will tell you this before we let you go. Just Love, your store out in Cool Springs.
I appreciate it.
Came the one day you had the apron on. I mean, you're
right,
working hard,
I'll really be back there like making waffles. Now I've moved to the hey, you know what?
You got promoted?
I promoted. I've moved to barista now.
Yes. Well done, man.
That's funny.
Keith, it's good to see you. We'll do this again
thanks
soon.
for having me for sure.
Absolutely. Mr. Monday Night, Keith Bullock in with us. Fanatic Sportsbook. That's what you can do. Download that, bet $50 or more, and you'll receive a reward credit to purchase team merchandise worth up to $150 at fanatics.com. So you can get that jersey, that 53, looking oh so good. Come back with more here. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game.
They combine hard-hitting journalism.
The Titans asked Kevin Byard to take a pay cut.
Strong-willed opinions.
There's hot takes and then there's like weird takes. Yeah. This is a weird take.
And sometimes some old man takes.
I'm excited about it. So do I gyrate embarrassingly?
To create the perfect morning show, they are Robbie and Rexroad. Mornings from 6 to 9. Presented by TJ Anderson Homes of Benchmark Realty on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game and the Game Nashville app.
In 1972, a Nashville family business story began when Bill and Beverly Finley founded Volunteer Hose and Gasket. 3 generations have grown the business into the local industry leader supplying just about anything to anybody, from the largest of contractors to your neighbor that mows his own yard. Over 1 million items in stock: belts, belting accessories, gaskets, gauges, hose fittings, hydraulics, industrial hoses, lubricants, sealing products, tubing, fire protection, and more. All at volunteerhose.net. If Volunteer Hose and Gasket doesn't have it, then you probably don't need it. Call them at 615-242-0461.
There are ordinary hotels, and there's the Four Seasons. There are ordinary cars, and there's the Rolls-Royce. There are ordinary handbags, and there's Gucci. There are ordinary engagement rings, and there's Genesis. A Genesis diamond ring is unlike any other. Artistic, innovative design, handcrafted precision, exceptional detail and quality. This is why people who work at other jewelers come to Genesis for their rings. A Genesis ring is considered the gold standard in bridal, with no compromises, no cut corners, nothing short of perfection. We have the look, the style every woman dreams about. At Genesis, you'll find dozens of exclusive world-class bridal designers who are revered for their attention to detail, exceptional vision, and superior craftsmanship. A Genesis ring rises to the occasion, reflecting her style, her unique personality, her confidence, her individuality. In a world filled with ordinary, for this moment, choose extraordinary. Choose Genesis. Genesis Diamonds, Green Hills, and Cool Springs.
Vanderbilt Commodore fans, 102.5 and 106.3 The Game, along with 94.9 The Fan, is your new home for broadcast of games and the Commodore Hour on Monday evenings. Catch all the action for football, men's and women's basketball, and baseball all season long. Go Doors!
Being value conscious and getting the most for your money is so important these days, and that's why it's more important than ever to shop at Genesis Diamonds, the undisputed value leader.
Part of the education at Genesis Diamonds is we explain to you how we travel the world and purchase our diamonds, how we buy in bulk, we pay cash for our diamonds so we can save every possible percent to save you money on your diamonds.
Genesis Diamonds Vice President David Cooper.
There are no middlemen, there are no other wholesalers or dealers, so we cut out all of those extra added markups and pass those savings on to you.
When you combine that unmatched value with a totally no-pressure shopping experience, you know you're in the right place.
Because we do not work on commission, our sole purpose is to make sure you get exactly what you want. There's nothing in it for us personally, whether you spend $1,000 or $100,000.
That's why at Genesis, people often end up spending less than they had budgeted.
Our goal is to purely present you with options so you can choose exactly what you want.
The value you want, the experience you deserve. Genesis Diamonds, Green Hills and Cool Springs.
The Game text line is driven by Wilson County Hyundai. Online at wilsoncountyhyundai.com. Be a part of the conversation. Call or text the Game at 615-737-1025. Hey, if you missed our show, you can get it on demand. Just search for the Chase and Big Joe Show podcast on Apple, Spotify, or any podcast platform.
Chase and Big Joe are on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Great stuff from Keith Bullock, Mr. Monday Night, in studio with us. We'll definitely have him back. I mean, he's in the area. Yeah, awesome.
I love the fact that he, like, a lot of players, they're like, oh, I don't remember that game, but he remembers details.
Oh, he remembers.
dates and plays and moments, which I love.
I remember dates. Most of them were bad. But,
zing, zing.
That's okay. So I was thinking about this, and I hate doing like comparison of like if we compare Steve McNair to Malik Willis or whatever, like that's unfair. It's dumb.
Absolutely,
don't do it.
Is.
But so I'm prefacing that by saying of a player that is of leadership, intensity, a guy that just he walks in the locker room and everybody stops and knows that, okay, when 53 walked in the locker room, you knew who was in charge. He was one of those guys that you stopped and listened when he talked.
Well,
right?
Yeah. The 2008 team, it was Bullock and Vanden Bosch.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
I think Jeffrey Simmons is that guy now. In Bayard too, but Jeffrey Simmons reminds me just with how he conducts himself and like the passion that he has for the game reminds me of Keith Bullock.
I could say, I mean,
different player. I'm not comparing players. I'm just saying like the passion, the leadership, the things like those qualities.
Yeah, I mean, you always go to the defensive guy like that leads it. I mean, Bayard and Simmons, but back in the day, I mean, you could always get a great soundbite out of Bullock or Manning.
Yeah.
But it wasn't only that, Chase. It was an honest soundbite.
Sure.
If we were terrible, I'm telling you we're terrible. If I had a problem with the coaches, I got a problem with and he did it. And I think Fisher enjoyed that honesty that he got from players like that, which was really great. Let me ask you, I'm looking at the 2008 Titans roster. Was I with you at that tailgate when we were at a tailgate and Lavelle Hawkins, the receiver, like popped up at our tailgate? Was I with you that day? I don't remember.
In 08?
No, it was like 2009 or 10. Probably not.
No,
and
I
I'm like,
didn't know you yet.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, I knew you, but
he's
we
like,
weren't.
oh, I'm inactive for this game. And he was at the tailgate with us.
No.
It's like, shouldn't you be on the field? He was just hanging out.
Lavelle Hawkins.
It was crazy.
Okay, so I put Lavelle because we know that there have been some receivers come through this organization that we think, okay, this guy could have something, and then they do absolutely nothing. Lavelle Hawkins was one of those for me because I thought, I liked his makeup. I liked
he did have good makeup.
Yeah, and I thought that he would become
Diller's
something.
at Cool Springs had that foundation.
And I mean, like Tyrone Calico is another one, and he got hurt.
Right.
That had a lot to do with it.
Here are the receivers of the 2008 Titans team that went 13-3, probably the best team.
Okay,
in
hang on. Let me see if I can name some of them.
Okay.
2008.
Yep. These are
Kenny
real.
Britt.
No. He was 2009.
He wasn't on that team?
Nope.
Oh, you're right. Okay. 0 for 1 there.
These receivers, man. You think the Titans got bad
I don't
receivers
remember.
now? One was Justin Gage.
Okay, Justin Gage, yeah.
Lavelle Hawkins was on that team.
Yeah.
Brandon Jones from Oklahoma.
Who?
Yeah. Justin McCarrons.
That's right. J-Mac did come back.
Okay, don't say the J-Mac.
Sorry.
Okay. And then Paul Williams, not the composer and not Keith Bullock's friend. Paul Williams, the receiver. That was your receivers. That's an awful group.
How did
of
that,
receivers.
with that group go?
Well, because
start 10-0. I mean, they had Chris Johnson.
They had Chris Johnson, and then
okay, give me the O-line because that O-line was pretty good too. Mawai,
Eugene Amano.
Yep.
Leroy Harris.
Yep.
Michael
Rooster, and then Big Country.
Jake Scott and David Stewart.
Yep.
Great. But then, of course, you go to the defensive line. Dave Ball, Tony Brown, William Hayes, Hainsworth, Jason Jones, Kurse, and Vanden Bosch.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Dave Ball, and remember in the early days of the game, he came in, we did ballroom blitz with him. Dave Ball was like an underrated, like, rotational guy.
He was.
On that D-line.
I wanted to add, God, you spent all day talking to Keith, but there was a game in 2007 that I think it was David Carr came here to play for the Panthers, where I thought David Carr might have died on the football field. They hit him so hard. Every time he dropped back, he got hit. He must have been hit 40 times that game.
With the Panthers?
Yeah. He got destroyed that game. And Titans barely won that game, though, but it was a game where it was hot. And Aaron Rodgers in the 2008 season was the same way. I mean, they came after Aaron Rodgers. That front four, and that's the same front four now that I think the Titans could have in 2023 where they just punish guys.
Yeah.
Where they were so good, you didn't have to blitz because the front four got so much pressure on the quarterback and the offensive line that you dropped 7 back. That the interception was made. I mean, Keith, in that Monday night game, because the pressure was so intense on Drew Brees, he was able to get in the right spot and make those interceptions.
Yeah, no doubt. Fun going down memory lane. That is for sure.
It is.
Coming up next, we're going to have even more fun. Celebrity birthdays.
Ah, yeah.
It's a tradition like any other.
It is.
Unlike any other.
We need Jim Nantz on this.
Yes, we do. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3, The Game.
It's a long summer. But don't worry. Hockey will be back soon. You'll hear every slap shot, save, hit, and of course,
knocked down in front, rebound, and the score!
On your home for Smashville, 102.5 and 106.3, The Game and the Game Nashville app. Is it October yet?
All right, let's talk Superbook Sports as it is opening night in pro football. And why bet with the big boys this football season? Instead, try your hand with the local book. That's Superbook this fall. Superbook Sports is the book next door, and they're just a dedicated team of odds makers in Las Vegas, making sure you get the best prices and parlays you will find anywhere. Now, Superbook will give you a bonus of up to $250 when you sign up and wager on the same day and use the promo code CHASE. That's my name, CHASE. So bet with the best. Use that promo code CHASE. Detroit getting 4.5 tonight in Kansas City in opening night. Use the promo code CHASE this football season with Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789.
We got a good thing growing at the Nashville Fair. We offer nightly music, wrestling, cultural arts, barnyard animals, dinner shows, games, competitions, classic fair foods, and thrilling rides. Join in and explore the fun at your Nashville Fair, the only fair in Nashville. From September 8th through the 17th at the Fairgrounds Nashville. Buy tickets online and save at nashfair.fun. Come on out and grow with us at the Nashville Fair.
Don't miss a minute of football action while getting up close and personal to the future stars of the PGA Tour. Join Penn Entertainment on site at the Simmons Bank Open, promoting Penn Play and their sports online betting platform. Stop by their tent in the Arctic Tailgate Village during the tournament to learn more and have a chance to win some prizes and giveaways. Must be 21 or older and in Tennessee. For problem gambling support, call Tennessee Redline, 1-800-899-9789.
Teddy's Tavern, downtown's newest bar with an old Nashville feel, is conveniently located across the street from Bridgestone Arena and just a few blocks away from the pedestrian bridge. Get a taste of the new brunch menu to fuel your Titans pride on game day. Pre-game specials from 9 a.m. till kickoff include 2-for-1 draft beers, mimosas, and Bloody Marys. Teddy's Tavern is where you want to be before every Titans home game, so come down and meet me at Teddy's.
Hey, we want to hear from all of you. Give us a call or text at 615-737-1025.
Hello. You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Our phone line driven by Wilson County Hyundai.
Chase and Big Joe are on 102.5 and 106.3 The Game.
Chase and Big Joe, 102.5, 106.3 The Game. Chase McKay, Big Joe Dubin. We're getting a tweet. Addie's daddy, also Chris Johnson is his name, tweeting at us saying, are you saying Paul Williams is too short to play football?
Yeah, he is. But Paul Williams, also fantastic songwriter, and wrote, he was also in Smokey and the Bandit, which was
great movie.
He was little Enos' son, right?
Yeah, you're right. Hey, the NFL season is back, and so is our pregame show. Join Jared Stillman, Chris Sanders, and Derek Mason at Twin Peaks in Madison this Sunday from 9:30 to 11:30 as they break down the Titans' Week 1 matchup against the New Orleans Saints. NFL pregame presented by Parman Tractor and Equipment and Beast Unleashed. Looking forward to that. The game tonight. Who you got tonight?
Chiefs.
You going Chiefs?
It'll be close, though.
I'm going Detroit. Give me I sound like Terry Crisp. Give me those 4.5 points. I like Detroit.
I'll be on Kansas City. And by the way, did you guys see the T-shirts or the shirts you're all wearing? Lions, Chiefs, red and blue.
Oh, you're right. We kind of did go that. I like Joe's. Is that the Sam Walton collection?
It is a Sam Walton, but it's also in honor of it's the Tropical Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I like that.
keep the
vibes going.
Keep the vibe going forever and do all that. All right, so do we have tickets?
We do have some tickets to give away.
All right, so let's
Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to have the
So we're going to do something different today. This is something that we kind of decided on the fly. Before we do celebrity birthdays, the first caller at 615-737-1025, call in and we'll put you on air real quick, and you have to decide, are you going to pick me or are you going to pick Dr. Crane to win celebrity birthdays? If you pick the winner, you'll win a pair of tickets to see Wu-Tang Clan at Bridgestone Arena on September 20th.
I love it.
615-737-1025. And we'll start doing this periodically with celebrity birthdays.
Okay.
Make it worth somebody's while.
Do we wait till they call in, or do we just
they can just tell. We got two Nicks behind the glass right now, so maybe Keezer can help out and just tell Keezer who you're going to pick. But we got to do it quick.
Dr. Crane's busy.
There we go. There's caller number one. So let's get caller number one and get their name real quick and put them on. Just put them on air real quick.
And Wu-Tang, when's that, the 20th?
The 20th, September 20th.
And then Dave Chappelle the next night.
Yes, that's correct. I kind of want to go see Dave Chappelle. I haven't seen him before.
He's funny.
It'll be fun.
It'll make you laugh.
That could be fun. Nick, let's put him on air real quick.
Dr. Crane's working. He's got
he's
7
right.
arms back there.
All right, caller, what's your name?
Matthew Haley.
All right, Matthew. Are you going with me or are you going with Nick to win celebrity birthdays?
I'm going to go with you.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to put you on hold. If I win, you're going to win a pair of tickets to see Wu-Tang Clan.
All right. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
All right. Here we go. First birthday, and Nick, hit it, baby. That's okay.
Wrong one.
That's all right.
He's working. He's working
busy
hard back
there.
there. I know.
All right. The game is.
There we go.
There we go. Got to get birthdays within 2. First up, Chaser, you go first because you're the elder statesman. Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. I Will Survive. She sang that song. How old is Gloria Gaynor?
82.
73.
She's 80. Chaser.
Boom. On the board.
Matt's happy right now. Is that his name, Matt, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well done there. Okay, let's go. Next is Chrissy Hind from The Pretenders. Middle of the road.
77.
82.
72.
Okay.
All right, you're still up. Actor Corbin Burnson was in L.A. Law. He was also in Major League.
He's been in this studio before.
Oh, nice.
Met him. He was what was his character in Major League? Not Michael Dorn. Dorn. Roger Dorn.
Yeah.
Roger Dorn.
Good job. Good
Roger
memory.
Dorn is 64.
68.
69.
Oh,
Tied at
nice.
1. Nice. Let's go here. Singer, pianist Michael Feinstein.
A what?
Yeah.
Michael Feinstein.
He's popular. How old's the first very popular pianist, Michael Feinstein? Singer. He's a singer and pianist. How old is he?
53.
All right.
We're going to go 74.
66.
Okay.
Oh, man. Actress Leslie Jones from SNL. Very funny.
She on the current cast?
She is not.
48.
54.
56.
Sorry, Matthew. All right, I got to redeem myself.
2-1. Dr. Crane's up. Let's see. Shannon Elizabeth. She was in American Pie. She was the one that they all loved.
Yeah.
The brunette.
43.
I'm going 42.
50. Great job. Evan Rachel Wood, actress.
I have no idea who that is.
A fun fact about her, she was on a couple of episodes as Hollywood Squares. She's an actress. Very attractive.
40.
53.
36.
Oh, boy. That was close.
All right, let's get some more rolling through here. Marge Simpson. Julie Kavner. How old is she?
Ooh. 72.
We're going 76.
73. We're tied. 2-2. Good job there. Songwriter Diane Warren. She's written so many pop songs. She wrote the Celine Dion song, My Heart Will Go On, I think. If not, well, she did, according to me. Very popular.
60. Wait. That's not what I meant to say, but 60.
I'm going with 64.
67. Still tied at 2. Let's see here. Oh, model Angie Everhart. I think she was married to Sly Stallone at one time. Or still might be.
75.
Sorry.
58.
54.
Oh, man.
Oliver Hudson, who's Kate Hudson's brother, was in the TV show Nashville. How old is he? Come on, man.
39.
Oliver Hudson is 46.
47. Jeez.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Crane's up 3-2 on
Terrible at this.
Get it done there. Let's see. We got a few more here. Boy, some of these people, they think they're popular, but I've never heard of these people. Drummer Chad Sexton of 311. How old is he? Chad Sexton of
42.
48.
53. And Chase, here's a chance you to tie. Last one. How old is NBA All-Star Kevin Love? You've had his cousin on your show.
I have his uncle.
Uncle, sorry. Mike Love from the Beach Boys is Kevin Love's
38.
I'm going 34.
He's 35.
That a baby.
Dr. Crane rolls 4-2, but because he was our first one, you want to give him to him anyway?
He can have it, yeah.
Okay, all right. Good job. Good
Let him
job
know
there,
he
Dr. Crane.
We'll do this again tomorrow. I got to redeem myself. I got to get back in the groove. That's the problem.
It's all right.
Not trying to jinx myself, but I'm undefeated.
You are.
Nobody cares.
Now you lost that.
Okay, nobody cares.
Also today would have been Buddy Holly's birthday.
Went down in that plane crash with the Big Bopper and who else?
Richie Valens?
Richie Valens, yeah.
You know, it was Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on that plane, gave his ticket up.
I thought somebody else was supposed to be on there too. When Jerry Lee Lewis or
No.
I don't know.
Also, Paul Brown's birthday. We talked about him earlier.
He came up on the show earlier today. That will do it for us. Appreciate Walt Wells, Keith Bullock for joining us. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll have a breakdown tomorrow and get you ready for Titans and the Saints, but don't go anywhere. Caroline, Willie, and D. Mace. That's next on 102.5, 106.3, The Game.
ElectronicExpress.com. We make it happen.
Oh, Charlie's, that's where you find me. That southern flavor got me saying, hey, y'all. Yum, yum, have some fun. Share with the ones you love. Don't you want to roll?
At O'Charlie's, we thought you'd enjoy a little country rock and rolls. The warm, buttery, delicious kind. Served free with every meal. O'Charlie's. Oh, that's good.
Yum, yum, have some fun. Charlie's, born in Nashville, and it shows.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All Star Sports Radio. Celebrating their 30th year, our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is going big.
That's right, Austin. Sports bettors can win a new truck, get the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus, and even get up to 30 risk-free bets.
Touchdown. BetUS also has a 150% casino sign-up bonus.
Blackjack, now you're talking, Austin. They also have live dealers and live betting on sports, including racetrack.
Get started today at BetUS.com, where the game begins.